A brand new figure review. Today is going to be a very special one. Today, not only are we reviewing the Punisher War Journal 2-pack, still got a crazy story to get into about yesterday. Stay tuned for the story, but in the meantime, we're going to review this 2-pack and then get right into it. Immediately out of the gate, you get a heck of a value in this 2-pack. It's basically kind of like a Punisher Deluxe or a Punisher and Weapon Pack put together with Bushwhacker on the side. Bushwhacker is definitely one of the least hyped things about this, but if you want more villains for your Marvel Legends display, and honestly, I read on the back, like, he's a pretty decent one. It says, a rogue assassin known as Bushwhacker is on a mission to eliminate all mutants when he clashes with the crime-fighting vigilante Punisher. So that's how, I guess they set up War Journal, and that's where Bushwhacker comes in. I honestly knew nothing about him, and as you can see right now, I basically have him in his most boring form. He comes with 2 extra, hand accessories. You get one where he has this crazy looking blaster. I assume he like rotates it and it shoots all the bullets. And then he has more of like a single focus shot out of the other hand. So you can have 2 weapon hands or just normal ones. Besides that, he's got the crazy ponytail going, the burns on his face. These figures feel really good. There's a certain quality about Marvel Legends in like the modern era than like even just a year or two, maybe a couple ago. I know it's kind of modern too. But they feel a lot better, they look a lot better, and characters like Bushwhacker that I knew nothing about, I tend to care about more because the figure looks so good. And, I mean, even with a simple excerpt like that on the back of the box, it's like, oh, he's a hell of a villain. Like, he's going to hunt down mutants. Also, of all people to stop him, why Punisher? I'm very tempted to read the story now, because I'm like, how did they get Punisher to be like, hey, I like him. I like the mutants. Like, are him and Cyclops boys? I don't know. But the Frank figure specifically, and don't worry, like I said, the Bushwhacker one is good too, even though I don't care about the character that much. The Frank figure is peak. I have it in a pose right now. It's just, what would you call it? It's just embodying one of the covers. I think it's a Punisher #1. I'll find out what it looks like, and I'll put it on screen here. But on the TikTok shorter version of this review, I was doing a couple different poses. I'll make sure to have some throughout here or just pictures of them. He can do a lot of movement, and what's really good is he still has the accessories. He still has the holster at his thigh. He has the belt. He has the almost like bandolier, but it's basically a strap with the shotgun bullets on his chest. He has stuff that could potentially get out of the way, but they did a great job at keeping it out of the way. So yes, it's there, but it's not prohibiting any movement. Like, it's not stopping at all. So these figures are great. I'm going to go over the accessories really quick too. And I can show you guys some poses and get right into the story. So first of all, he comes with a SMG, really basic. I was making a joke in my video. It looks like the Fortnite one. And then he also has a pistol too. I already have it in his holster, so I'll take it out. Again, it looks like the pistol from Fortnite, like the icon they did, especially when Fortnite was coming out. And then you have this Uzi, like an extended one. Best one I can compare this to is Thorn from Rainbow Six. How instead of just a normal Uzi, it's got like all the extra attachments for it. Just use the Uzi. But then we have this AR. And I took a look at it. I always say rocket launcher for this. It's clearly a grenade launcher if it is, or a type of shotgun attachment, like funny enough from R6, like Buck maybe, or just simply a grenade launcher at the end. But then the rest of it's an AR. It's got a scope. Like, it's pretty damn detailed for a gun accessory in a $40 2-pack. I think it might go for $50, $55 some places. My card shop was cool enough. I think it was $40, $45 max. Like, they did a great job. I'll leave that for a second here. Then he comes with a grenade. It feels like such a rare accessory. I haven't bought any weapon packs, but I've never gotten a grenade before buying figures. Now, obviously, somebody's going to be like, G.I. Joe? I don't buy G.I. Joe. I have looked at them. Some look really good, so I might actually. Also, recommendations down below. If there's any specific G.I. Joe figures that are really good, I'll try to get my hands on them to review them for you guys. Sorry, excuse me. You get this explosion too, so you can make like a posing video and you can chuck the grenade on the ground and then just have this in like the next frame or something. Maybe have the grenade spin for a little bit and then have that. Just a cool explosion. And yesterday, when I had him posted up like this, I had it on his head like either he just exploded or he's got like some crazy hat. Oh, I did it there we go. I was gonna say I did it perfect the first time I did it. Or he looks like an alien. But great 2-pack. Now, for his specific accessories, not just guns, he comes with an extra head sculpt where he's screaming, and it looks great. Like, he's pissed. That's a great one to have, like, in a battle sequence. There's a panel I found of him going against Wolverine, and Wolverine's, like, hacking him up. So it must have been Wolverine. kills the Marvel universe or whatever those stories are they do, or just in a random one. And I had like the screaming face and he's like fighting them and it looks so cool. But anytime they give you extra heads, extra hands, extra weapons, it's so beyond appreciated, because then you can actually, like, if you want to play with the figures, you finally get to. It's not just like you set them up and you, oh, bushwhacker with a mean right hook, whatever. You can like actually have them fight, or it's much easier for posing videos if you want to do that. Beyond that, you get more. Here's the first set of extra hands. You get a trigger finger for his left hand, and you get like a go forward or some type of hand signal for the right. I'm assuming just like combat stuff, obviously. Just see, go forward or oh, over there, like whatever. Then you get a grabbing left hand, just very simple. All these are just black. It's just supposed to be his gloves on, whatever, nothing too crazy, no detail. And then you get a trigger finger for the right too, because if Punisher didn't have 2 trigger fingers, what are we doing? Besides that, I'll give you guys a quick look again of just the pure detail on these figures. It looks great. And then also, of course, just like I already had it, you can put the pistol in the holster and it looks great. Yeah. The one thing I don't know though is if this belt can go over. It's kind of being stiff on me, so I don't want to try, but it's just barely to the side and it kind of bothers me, I'm not gonna lie. But the figure looks amazing. I love the headband. The headband looks great. He's just, there's not really any crazy words I could throw at him. He just looks great. And then for Bushwhacker, I'll give you a quick look really quick and we can get right into the story because I'm so excited. To wrap this up at the moment, it is a very solid 2-pack. If you count this as 2025, because I think it's early 2025, this is a contender for best of 2025. We have to wait and see. Marvel Legends seems to be locking in and giving people what they want and doing a great job at it. Somebody was telling me brand new female bodies, like the Jean Grey, and I think maybe a couple other figures have it, or the Phoenix. And I want to check that out because I'm so used to the Shriek body. And even the, oh, of course, it's where you can't see. I have the Girl Electro right here in the Spider-Man display, but because of the angle, it's like raised up, whatever. She's on the Shriek, and the body's like all right. So I can't wait to see the new one. I can't wait to see what they do. But for this 2-pack, Punisher specifically for me is a 10. I love all the weapons he comes with. I love all the accessories you get. They did a phenomenal job with this. As for Bushwhacker, like I said, not the biggest fan, but this is a great guy to have around whether you like Bushwhacker or not. Is a goon to beat up for your videos or poses or whatever. Right now I basically got Hood, especially if you take the like actual hood off. Bushwhacker now. I think Sportsmaster is a good one for DC. I'm trying to think of all the different ones. I don't have any Tracksuit Mafia, sadly. I haven't been to Ollie's to check if they have them, and usually mine's kind of dry. But like I said, like just a great one to beat up, and you could literally just act out the War Journal if you wanted to for a posing video. Like I said, the amount of hands, the extra head, all the different guns, this explosion accessory is so cool with all the shrapnel shooting out of it, and even some white detailing there with all the orange. They did a phenomenal job. Bushwhacker himself, I'm going to give like an 8 or 9, but if you put the whole pack together, I think it's a 9 or 10 2-pack. I don't usually rate the 2-pack on 2-pack, usually the figures themselves, but I'm genuinely impressed. This and the Kyle Rayner Kilowog 2-pack are some of my favorites within the last year. Like, phenomenal. Now, to get into this story, I got to set up a little bit, and I will try to be quick. I appreciate you guys watching this far, and hopefully I haven't taken, up too much time. Sometimes I know I can really talk about stuff. But so anyway, starting the story out, 2 nights ago now, I was getting ready to sell my stuff to the card shop. Now, a lot of you on this channel, if you gave the figure content any sort of chance and you were watching for the Pokemon stuff before, I appreciate it. But for a lot of new people to the channel, they've only seen my figure stuff on TikTok or the little bit on here. In the past, I did a lot of Pokemon stuff, and I might still do it. Like, depending on the sets that come out, I might actually still dip my toes. I know I got a couple videos I never posted, so I might even just post those just for old time's sake. But I was getting ready to sell my cards. I'm in the Discord VC with my friends. If you ever want to join the Discord, it's great. There's a lot of people there, a lot of great people there. It'll be down below in the links and probably the Linktree. And I'm just talking to them. I'm getting my cards around. I'm figuring out what cards do I want to keep, what Pokemon stuff do I want to keep, just so that I don't get rid of something that I'm going to regret. So I get all the stuff I don't need, don't want anymore, just to downsize, just in case I have to move soon or whatever, or just to have extra space in the room. And I go to the card shop the next day. I was planning to go in at 10:30 because War Journal, I didn't know if it was going to sell like hotcakes or if I was going to be fine just waiting. So I get to the card shop. Luckily, they had every single one of their War Journal 2-packs. obviously not everybody's a Marvel Legend fan, but I'd say more so than DC Multiverse usually, at least right now. And I go into the card shop and I talk to Kevin, the one that works there. Great dude. Him, Deontay, Chris. Kevin even has family that works there. Like, phenomenal environment. I promise you that, and great stuff. So I'm talking to him. He's like counting up all the different cards, and he could have gave an estimate and been like, "I'll pay like $1 a card for all the extra EXs you have, whatever." But he went through, I think, basically every single one, if not. I brought in my ETBs. I had Pokemon Center, the exclusive ones like online. Or I guess you can get them in physical stores too, I believe, for the Pokemon Center. I don't know. But anyways, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. I had Twilight Masquerade, Temporal Forces, the Walking Wake one. I had Paldean Fates, and then I had the best of the four that wasn't Pokemon Center. I had a Evolving Skies. It was the Sylveon. I can't remember who was all on that one. Maybe Sylveon, Espeon, Glaceon, and I don't know. It's the other one. There's like a Flareon, Leafeon, whatever. It's whatever the other one is. I don't know if Umbreon's on that one or the other one, but anyways, I had one of the two variants. I think the more expensive one. I got it from Walmart for like $43 when I originally found it like a year or something ago. I've just been saving it since. So I sold all of that, and it sold for $1,700 in cash. So credit could have been even crazier. But at the time, I was like, the cash is just going to be nice right now. I'll put maybe a little bit into back into figures and stuff. And I ended up getting the 2-pack and a couple Pokemon cards. I'll show you really quick just for the sake of the story. I ended up getting, let's see here. Oh, that's my lucky energy. I used to carry this every single time we do an opening. Sometimes it really helped. Other times it didn't. So the first of the three, probably the least hype, but still cool. Hawlucha Master Ball card, like $5, happily take it. Raging Bolt that I've been waiting a year on. If you go back in my YouTube videos, you'll probably find me mentioning this card multiple times. I wanted it so bad for like a year, finally got it. It's been just under, because I think Temporal Forces was March last year. And then the Latios from Surging Sparks. Now, got the money, went and cashed it, came back, got the stuff I needed. And then I go outside, and if you watch the old videos, I was mentioning in the TikTok video, like, some of you guys are so new around here or haven't seen the Pokemon era that you don't even know what's going on in the background. Because the background's almost always the same. There'll be, like, cars, a slight, like, tree line, maybe a fence. And that's the card shop. And while I'm filming, I'm having the time of my life. I'm smiling. I'm having a good time. Like, yesterday, those 24 hours I was joking was a whole canon event. Like, there was so much that was lining up to something going to happen in the future, or like some weird buildup behind the scenes. And I kept seeing coincidences. I'm like, what's going on? So I go out in the parking lot. It is rainbows and flowers and sunny and whatever you want to call it. Like, great day, everything lining up and in my favor. I'll go out to my car, and there's this dude next to me in a red car, and he's either on his phone or just whatever. The worst slouch you've ever seen, and I say it like I'm not right now, like, but terrible slouch. And I just look over real quick. He's not paying any attention, and I'm like, I hate recording when there's somebody in a car right next to me. I feel so embarrassed. I'm not trying to disturb their peace, but I'm in my car, and I'm not being that loud, so whatever. I was like, today, I'm confident. I'm having a good time. Why don't I just do it? So I get most of my video done, probably 50, 60, 75%, somewhere around there. And I look over, and this guy is like staring at me. And I just smiled because I had no idea what he was doing, like a nice indication for, like, if he had to tell something to me, like, I'm all ears, whatever. Like, if it's something about some driving instructions, like, I got to back out, this, that, whatever. I had no idea what was going on. And so I just smiled at him, not sarcastic in the slightest, just like, you know, what's up, man? How you doing? Like, whatever. This dude, like, stares into my soul, and he's like, you're never going to be famous. This is just sad. And I'm like, what kind of... So immediately, I'm thinking in my head, like, do you think I'm a scalper? Do you think I'm exploiting people for what I do? What do you think I do? Like, have you seen somebody online that you hate so much that everybody else that does the same thing as them is, like, bad? That's a terrible mindset to have. Or are you just having a bad day, week, life? Like, what is going on? So what I did is, as I've gotten older, I've been doing so much better when it comes to not taking it to heart, because it's easier when you have different experiences. And if you ever do get to confront these people, I'm not a very confrontational person, but you get to hear the thought behind it, and you're like, it didn't ever have anything to do with me. I just got caught in the crossfire. So that's what I'm assuming with this. Funny enough, after I just finished the video and he was pulling out, and he proceeded to say, after all that, he just said, "That's just sad." And he was doing the face, like, putting emphasis on it, like, "That's just sad." Like, whatever. Okay, so then he pulls out while he's saying it like 3 or 4 more times and then takes off. I purposely tried to have in the video while I was recording the TikTok, just like the tail end of his car, not for license plate or anything, just so you could see there was a car and I wasn't lying. And then he just pulled off. Funny enough, instant karma. A car's coming and it's like kind of a narrow, like in between. They have parking out front and then you go to the back and it's basically like this square building. So they have parking out front, you go to the back, and then like almost in a rectangle shape, you can park against the building. So that's what most people do, because it's kind of hard to back up if people are coming in, whatever. And so because it's a narrow way, he's like, "Oh, you're so sad," whatever. As he's going out, somebody's coming in, so he has to like purposely get over for them and let them go through and be like kind, and then he takes off. So it's like instant karma. But I finished my TikTok and I try not to swear a lot because there's almost no point. I'm not doing any type of content I need to be. And in the video, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what was that? And so immediately after, like, I just get the video around and I start posting it and I call up my friend and I tell him about it. And he was kind of stunned too. And my friends are great at being like good friends, but they're not gonna like over compliment and like inflate my ego. They're there as normal friends. So he goes into the mode like, "Dude, you're doing great. Don't worry about it, whatever." And I'm laughing like, "Dude, I'm good." Like, it's not like that. Like, I didn't get deflated like a balloon. You don't need to pump it back up, whatever. So I really appreciated it. But it was one of those moments where he's probably thinking, "Oh, maybe I need to, maybe I need to get him back in the mindset he was in and whatever." And so then I called, when I was calling him, I was like, "Oh, should I ask like the store owner if he can get the video?" And Bex is like, "Yeah, do it." And so it gave me the confidence, because I'm the type of person, I don't want to bother people at all. Kevin's got his fair share of stuff to handle. And so I called up and somebody else answered. I'm like, "Can you please put Kevin on the phone?" They're like, "Yeah, of course." So I talked to him, I told him the story. I said, "Please, if you get the chance, do your cameras in the back do you have cameras in the back?" Because I could have swore he did. He's like, "Yeah, but I don't know if they have audio." I was like, "If you can, please get me the video of that." And I explained it all, obviously. I was like, it'd be hilarious. Like, if he gets me the video, my only reason to have the video is proof that I don't make this stuff up. Because the last thing I want is somebody to think I'm trying to milk this. Like, I think it's funny. I think it's crazy to happen. It could be a catalyst for like the athletes being like, "This is why I got successful, because this moment, this person doubted me," whatever. But I just think it's funny. I'm not like, "Guys, look at this evil guy. Can you believe he did this?" It's just like, dude, I want it to have like that moment forever. And what I was laughing about, speaking of, is this dude's judging me. I can't tell if it was jealousy, stuff going on in his life, whatever. If he was somehow like introspective and like, "Dude, you're doing this stuff and you're wasting the moment by constantly filming it," I usually film after the moment, or I capture the moment with film so I have it forever. So when we're doing our Pokemon openings, one of my favorite things is I can have one of my favorite cards. I can look in my binder and be like, "Holy shit, the Bubble Mew," and I can find the video. I can find the exact moment where we're like, "Holy shit, we got it," like whatever. It's not to be like, and I purposely make sure people aren't nervous. Like, if I'm filming with Acadia, Sequoia, her little brother, whatever, like, we're having a good time. It's not like, "Hey guys, come on, let's, up it up, let's perform a little bit." It's just like, set the phone up, do it, let it happen, whatever. But it's so weird. So Kevin told me he would send me the video. I haven't gotten it yet. I don't know if he will. I'm not trying to make any drama for him or anything. I have not seen the guy ever in my life. That's the hugest kicker. Random dude just had to take it out on me. The best part too, there's so much going on lately, I leave out details. When I film in my car, you'll notice the car's never on, because if I have my car on, and I might have before, it connects to the CarPlay, so it really messes up the mic. So what I have to do is, if I go get something, I get in the car, I don't start the car and I film, or if I accidentally start, I shut it off, I open the door, shut it, and then the car's like reset where it won't connect to anything. So when he rolls down the window, I never even rolled mine down because I realized I had to start the car to then roll it down. He was so annoyed. He didn't care I didn't roll my window down yet. He had to tell me it. Like, no matter if the window was up, he was like shouting it to me or annoyed. So I was hoping to get it on camera, whether there's audio or not, depending on where the cameras are angled. You'll either be able to, I think it's at like like a diagonal and we're here. So you'd either be able to see the back of his head, like the mannerisms he's doing, or the front and like how annoyed he is for no reason. But I hope I end up getting the video. And if I do, I will show you guys. Either I'll put it on Patreon for free so it's like easy to find forever, or I'll just throw it in a YouTube video. I don't want to keep it going. It's just like a funny event that I don't want to just, you know, let go forever. But, well, I will basically immediately after these videos, but just hilarious. The big example or the big theme I got out of all of it or lesson is to be secure. Storage runs out. What I was saying is, if I would have found this Punisher War Journal in Target and I'd been looking for it, no matter how excited I am, I'm making sure nobody's around when I'm filming and I'm still being quiet. Like a lot of times I'll find stuff early at Target, so I'm whispering. I'm not trying to disturb anybody. I'm just trying to do my own thing. So to have somebody so weird and outwardly like I'm doing something wrong or, you know, inconveniencing them, it was so weird. So do what you do, enjoy what you do. Don't be that person where what you're doing is affecting others for you to have more fun. I see pranks online that are really wholesome and funny, and even some that are slightly teasing, but they don't go over the line. And I see some where people just outright mess with people. That makes me so mad. Like somebody's out there, they're either having a bad day already, or they're just enjoying their time, whether by themselves, just walking around, doing something. And to ruin their time is so stupid. To have somebody be so outwardly when I'm doing none of that, it's so crazy. But just stay secure in what you're doing, believe in yourself, and keep going. Because my confidence, like it's came up a little bit, but it's still pretty low from before. So instead of letting it really bother me, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and just have a good time. So if you watched all of this somehow, I will try to edit it so there's not too much going on where, you know, it wasn't a bother to get through it all. But if you did, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed the 2-pack. I didn't even get into articulation. I was so distracted, so I apologize. But just know any poses you want to get these guys doing, you're going to have little to no problem. The only thing you have to look out for is Bushwhacker has this type of torso where you can't get any tilt. Punisher, however, has the different one where he can get the crunch, the back. They're going to get all the poses that you would need them to do, like fighting, firing, everything. So don't worry. I had a blast telling you guys the story, and looking back, instead of getting my feelings hurt, I think it's hilarious. Don't let that shit bother you. But besides that, if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and sub, and just have a great rest of your day.